Right. Video two. I don't know. That's not a very inspirational start, is it? I need to do something. I don't know. Do you start with a joke? You end with a joke. Maybe you start with a song and dance. I don't know. I'll have to figure this out. I posted a video earlier today, and I have to say I'm just really touched that the couple people, well, handful of people I shared it with, came back with some really good feedback. And I don't mind people being honest and saying, well, you did this, or you had. And I noticed one thing when I actually watched it back, is I have a tendency to just keep looking out the window, and I think that's part of my introversion and my shyness. I'm not the kind of person that is comfortable being at the front of something. That said, I did take speech class. I took speech and drama when I was in about 13 years old in school, and I absolutely loved it. I love speech. But the great thing about speech, why I had the confidence and did it, in fact, that wasn't the only speech class because I took it again at uni. Um, what I like about it is you're well prepared. And so it didn't bother me getting up in front of the group to do a speech because I'd written it and practice and practice and practice. So it to me was just like reading a book. Whereas this is very ad hoc and it's not natural for me. I'm not the kind of person that easily speaks up or speaks out. I'm usually the one in the background listening. Um, so it's this is very new territory for me. But I do get a bit ranty in that. And being on my own, I tend to rant to the walls. And I think the walls have probably had enough of me for the last year and a bit. And I just thought to share things, and if it resonates with people, that's fine. Because uh, I feel like for me personally that it's okay to get things off my chest and to be a bit ranty, but I need to start thinking about solutions and how we move forward. And I think the sooner we talk about what we can create, the sooner we create it, and then the easier this transition will be, because everything's transitioning whether we want it or not. And I will be the first one to say I don't like change, and I do resist things. And even when change is good, I'm trying to think, is it always been good? Has it always been bad? I don't know. Maybe in the past there's been things that have been bad change, some things good change, but change is inevitable. When you're born, the one thing you do know is there will be change, and at some point you die. I mean, those are the only known things. There's change and you die. That's it. It's interesting, we are in fear of both. We fear change and we fear death. And it is a very weird concept. And it kind of tells me how we've been programmed, because I do see it now. I mean, my eyes were opened. My eyes were starting to be opened a few years ago, but more last year. And once you start seeing it, well, you can't stop seeing it, can you? So anyway, I don't want to rattle on too long. I was just really quite tickled that people were watching and had given me feedback. And no, it's really good, because I do, as I say, I do kind of chat a lot. I usually do it just for myself. I see it as a form of therapy. About 6 months ago, see now I'm going, I need to quit doing. Is not good in a speech. Um, there I go again. But about 6 months ago, I realized that I needed, I guess, some form of therapy to help me process things I was thinking about or feelings or whatever. And so I found on my computer there was a voice recorder. And so I'd record stuff. And sometimes it was my cards, because I'm into tarot cards and oracle cards. Sometimes it was my dreams, because sometimes I revisit things. And actually what was interesting is, as I was recording dreams, sometimes messages would become clear. So my dream might be about, I don't know, I was painting the kitchen walls. And as I was speaking it, it's like, that is actually an analogy for this going on in my life, or maybe this thing that I'm going to be going towards. Or so it's very interesting that when I can get it out, it can join up some dots for me. But also because I feel like last year, definitely I felt very alone. I did have some friends on social media, but it's not the same as having someone who's right here with you, that you can sit with a cup of tea and you can kind of talk about what's going on and how you feel, and just seeing the facial expression and just being in someone's company is so uplifting in itself. So yeah, it was a time of growth, and I'm still growing. I still have a lot of growth to do. I have a lot of stuff to heal, a lot of stuff to grow, but I feel like I'm moving in the right direction. Anyway, don't want to go on too long. I just wanted to come on quickly and say I was just really tickled that I had some nice feedback, and I don't mind people being honest because I want to improve, and I'm thinking of maybe, I don't know, doing some tarot things, or I don't know. I don't know. I might share some of my health stuff because I've been healing myself for the past 6, 7 years. And while the protocols that I'm using might not help everybody, it might give someone some incentive to try things, or maybe to read further, or maybe even just to feel like that they're not alone. Because when I became ill, there was nobody that I could talk to, turn to, and I just basically started researching myself and finding answers. And I just used myself as a guinea pig with all sorts of natural healing protocols. I did, and I meant to actually record it. I started a blog because I was going to record my journey, and I didn't. And I've yeah, I start these things with really good intention, and funnily enough, in my astrology, and I don't know if it's my Aries sun. I think it's my Aries sun. We are good at starting projects, but not good at finishing them. So I have loads, and I do have loads of projects that I've started and not finished. So it's very interesting. But anyway, thank you for listening, and I hope to find something useful that I can share going forward, because I really want to connect with people, and I want to start creating communities and seeing how we can move forward, because I will admit I don't want to go through painful times. So the sooner we can start getting organized and moving forward, the less painful it will be. Just a thought. Anyway, thank you for listening, and namaste.